Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here. We are looking ahead to today's slate for the 30th of January. As normal, hopefully you guys all had a pretty good night last night. If you guys do enjoy the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button as well for more NBA Fanduel lineup advice videos. So, last night came up a little short. We just had the wrong end of people, unfortunately. But yeah, last night wasn't the greatest, but overall, like I said, we are still doing it pretty good. So come join us tonight. Like I said, we only have a 5-gamer tonight, but it's looking pretty solid tonight. So, we'd love to have you guys come join us. Like I said, if you guys, we did a $5 day pass yesterday. I'm gonna go back to it today. Um, just because, like I said, yesterday could have been better, so we're gonna redeem ourselves with today. So, $5 day pass again today for you guys. It's gonna be two lineups for $5 instead of $9 for two lineups. So, if you guys want to get in on the day pass, like I said, hit us up on our Twitter, Chris Anthony NBA1. We'll get you guys all set up. If you guys want to get in on the premium, it's only $25 per month per site. If you want to get in on both of them, $35, 4 lineups per day, 2 for each site. FanDuel and PrizePicks combo, $30 per month. If you want PrizePicks by itself, it's going to be $20. And on our free lineups, like I said, all you got to do is set us up on Twitter. We'll get you guys all set up on the free one as well. So, like I said, only $5 just for the day for 2 lineups. So why not come join us? Let you get in some tournaments and stuff like that. So let's go get into our little 5-gamer today. We got it's actually a very active, interesting 5-game slate. We got 2 early games, and then we don't have anything for 2 hours. So it's going to be interesting with the news and where you want to go in tournaments with your placement and stuff like that. So Atlanta and Cleveland is our first one. Let's go check it out. Sorry about that, guys. Atlanta, Cleveland. We have a 239.5, in Cleveland by 10.5. So I'm intrigued to see what they do here. That 10.5 is telling me that Young should play. Yeah, I was gonna say Garland's gonna be back here too. So, um, honestly, just keep an eye on Trey Young. I mean, if I guess he's probable. So, um, all right, let's see what we can do. Yeah, I don't have with everybody kind of being healthy here. Um, I mean, like I said, Atlanta's defense is terrible, so you can always look at guys like Mitchell, guys like Garland, again, Mobley and Adams. They're all in really good spots. So green means they're really bad against the position, yellow means they're neutral, and red means they're really bad against, really good against the position. But Atlanta, as you can see, they're terrible against everything. So that's what I'm saying. Like guys like Gorgeous Niang might get a little extra points. Um, only if Levert's still going to be out. And yeah, so Levert's still going to be out. So like Max Strauss, Gorgeous Niang could come into play. But for the most part, I don't have a ton. I think they're okay cash options, but I think this one could get ugly and get ugly early. So I just don't think Atlanta could really hang in this one. So, but it is a back to back for Cleveland, so you can keep that one in mind. Um, but like I said, 4,100 for Yang and Dean Wayne's out as well. So yeah, very interesting. Like I said, 28 minutes against Miami, 28 against Houston. When he gets minutes, the guy can play. So I'll keep an eye on that. Very intriguing at only 2,100, 4,100. So yeah, if I think he's going to get minutes, he'll probably be in the lineup there. Moving on to the Lakers and Washington Wizards. We have a 223 and 8.5 spread. Washington looked absolutely trash last night. A lot of percent ownership, which was pretty crazy to me. And he went off for everybody, as you can tell. All right, so this one's going to be interesting. So it looks like Davis is going to be out for a little bit. Then we got LeBron. He's questionable as well here. Um, they did have 1 day rest. Like I said, we got LeBron. But my biggest thing is I don't feel like they really need him against the Lakers. I mean, against Washington. So let's go look at the spread real quick. We have like I said, 8.5. That should be at least like 10 or 11. I feel like if LeBron's really playing, I don't know. I mean, it could go either way. If LeBron plays, I think you got to play him. If LeBron is out, Rhea Hatchmore is questionable as well. Um, I guess looks like he's probable now. So yeah, I mean, if LeBron's out, I think everyone's going to go to Rhea Hatchmer for good reason. I don't think they will start Vanderbilt, but if they start Vanderbilt, I wouldn't mind putting him in there. He's still kind of making his way back from injury. Slash, he doesn't play big minutes anyway. Um, so I don't know where we're gonna go. I'm very intrigued to see. I'm glad it's one of the first games of the day, so it's gonna give me a read on things. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if LeBron's out at all, Dalton Connect definitely comes into play. Right now, Connect's still a GPP play for me. It's just because he really is solely reliant on points for the most part. So GPP, and he's at 44, but like I said, especially if LeBron's out, that will bump up his usage even more. Um, yeah, so I'm not sure who else to really look at. Like I said, Austin Reeves, but I just really need to see what this lineup's looking at. Gabe Vincent, if he comes back, maybe you could look at him, but we'll kind of have to see what they do because to me, they are absolutely just kind of shattered right now. And Finney Smith is questionable, so let's say this is how the lineup is, and they start. I'm probably only really interested in LeBron James in cash games. Rhea Hachimura could be a GPP guy. Austin Reeves in cash games, but besides that, I don't have a ton. Will also Dalton Connect in GPPs. But like I said, if they're all out, that's when you're going to want probably two or three Lakers, and everybody else is going to have that as well. Flip side here for Washington. I mean, it's the same as I've been telling you. If you guys want to play them, you can play them. Let's say LeBron, a couple of these guys are out. A little bit easier for Washington. I mean, ugh, it's up to you guys. I don't like playing them. It's a back to back, so it's up to you guys on that Washington side. Minnesota and Utah. We got a 224 and only on 5.5. That's kind of weird. 5.5 for Minnesota. Um, yeah, I think at cash games like George Sexton, they could be cash game plays. Mike Conley could be an okay cash game play. Edwards at 9,200. If they think it's only a 5.5 spread, he's looking pretty dang good. You can look at guys like Marketed in a couple GPPs, um, if you want to, but Edwards definitely sticks out. Oh, it's because Collins is back. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Randall comes into play a little bit too. Even Collins, man, like I don't mind him. The only thing though is he's not gonna play a ton of minutes. Probably coming back. Well, I guess it's an illness. He's gonna play 24, 25. But so yeah, GPP for me. If Naz Reid is out, Jaden McDaniels obviously comes into play. Um, yeah, I really don't mind John Collins in GPPs. Um, if Naz Reid is out, that might help out Alexander Walker in GPPs. This guy is just so dang inconsistent. It's not even funny. Um, plays half decent minutes. Usually doesn't do a lot with it. So GPP for me. Keep an eye on Naz Reid. Um, like I said, Edwards, McDaniel, Collins are the ones I'm looking at in this one, and maybe a little bit of Mike Conley as well. All right, moving on to Houston and Memphis. Sorry, guys, I have a little bit of a dry mouth. We got a 236 and a 5.5. 5.5 by Memphis. Okay, interesting. I know Memphis is good, but 5.5 on Houston. Okay, so we got John Morant. We got $8,300. He's questionable. Um, yeah. Yeah, so this is a straight GPP for me. I mean, the only reason I consider John Morant, we know he can pop off. It's a hard defense for him. It's a 5.5 spread though for Memphis, so they're expecting either Sengun to be out or John Morant to pop off. So you could definitely look at him, but I think the most obvious thing here has got to be Sengun at 8,800, questionable. Like I said, it's a 5.5, so that to me tells me that Sengun's on his way to out. Especially Adams is out as well. I'm very intrigued to see what Houston does. Um, I think Eason right away becomes a cash game lock. If Sengun's out, he's going to play 25, 30 minutes. And against a Memphis team where, like I said, they're not good against small forward, power forward centers. Should be easy for Eason to get you 25, 30 points. I just don't know who starts if they're both out. If Adams, let's say Sengun's out, Adams is in, you can put in Adams. He's only going to play 23, 24 minutes, but still a guy that you can look at. Another guy, maybe some Cam Whitmore off the bench. Um, he just hasn't been doing a ton, but another guy that could maybe benefit, but they just don't have a ton of bigs, so I'm very intrigued to see what the Rockets do here. Um, Dylan Brooks maybe could come into play as well. I mean Thompson, especially. So yeah, I mean if Dylan Brooks, like I said, Sengun's out, I definitely could see Dylan Brooks having a solid game here, even with Whitmore being back, because then that would put Dylan Brooks in more of the rebounding area. And in the past, he has been a half decent rebounder when he needs to be. So maybe look at Dylan Brooks only if Sengun's out, and like I said, Thompson as well, and Jalen Green. They all obviously all get a bump. All right, Portland and Orlando. Yeah, the Memphis side, I don't have a ton. Is Sengun's out? Maybe you can look at Jackson. They'll be a little bit softer inside, but that's mostly it over there. Orlando and Portland is our last game of the night. We have a 2-12 and a 5.5 spread by Orlando. Okay, so the big one here is Jalen Suggs. I don't know if he's going to play. So the big thing, like I said, he's played one game in the last week and a half, and then he got hurt again. So the only thing that stinks here is it's going to be the late game, and I don't know how much you're really going to be saving for this game. If you're doing like a massive GPP and you're trying to take down, I could see you waiting, put in Suggs, and then if he plays, then your options are kind of screwed. But if he's out, then you're going to have a massive advantage with Anthony Black. Like I said, if we get news that Suggs is out early, then there we go. Anthony Black probably will be your main cash game play. Play 42 minutes, probably going to get you around 28 to 30 fantasy points if Mr. Suggs is out. Cole Anthony did not do anything. I was shocked. 17 minutes, 0 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block. That was with Suggs being out. So I don't know. If Anthony randomly started, I would love it, but I don't think he will. Um, Alvin Kamara could be an okay cash game option, just because Grant I think is out slash questionable. If Suggs is out, you can look at KCP in tournaments. You got Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner. I would rather take Wagner. I mean, Wagner's only 8,000, and the dude's putting up 46 and 40 in his last two. Wagner's back, y'all. He's gonna go up to 9,000 pretty quick. I really don't mind taking a shot with Wagner in this position, and I don't think a lot of people are gonna have him. It's a slow game. It's the end of the night, but at 8,000, I think it could come into play. I mean, depending on what's going on with LeBron. If LeBron plays, I gotta have LeBron, but I don't really do not mind Franz Wagner at all. If Grant's out, like I said, I think that could help out Denny Avila a little bit of Sharp as well. Those guys are more GPP plays. One guy I really don't mind going well here is Goga Bataz, or whatever, however you say his name. Goga just came back from against. Well, he's been out for a while. Let's go look at Portland inside. Come on. All right, there we are. So Portland's kind of mid against it. Field goal, they do give up quite a bit of field goal percentage, rebound, and the block as well. So I really don't mind looking at Goga. He's might still come off the bench, but even if he does, he's still going to play probably 24, 25 minutes. I think in GPPs you can look at Goga, but the only bad thing is he is 6,100. So if we get announced he's starting, there you go. But like I say, it's one of the late games. So Goga for me in GPPs, he could go get you 33, 34 at like 1% ownership in some tournaments. But like I said, that game locks so late, so it's kind of hard holding out that long. All right, so at the point guard position, like I said, I really don't mind looking at Donovan Mitchell in cash games. I think the main one, though, is Austin Reeves, especially what's going on with LeBron. Even if LeBron isn't, Austin Reeves is going to be one of your main guys over there. Moving over to the other spot here. Like I said, Mike Conley could be okay down low. Um, kind of have to kind of spend up a little bit. I feel like maybe you might have to go like Mitchell Reeves or something. If not, you can take a shot on George or Sexton, but those are more cash game plays for me. So in that spot, that really helps if Black starts. That'd be nice. Shooting guard, like I said, I really don't mind looking at Amin Thompson, Edwards. I think Thompson will be a lot more popular, especially with this Sengun, what's going on with him. But I really don't mind giving the slight edge to Anthony Edwards, but both of them are solid options. Edwards, the edge in GPPs, Cashman Thompson all day. Um, Max Strauss, as I mentioned, like I said, if Sengun's out, I really puts Dylan Brooks in a good spot because, like I said, it slides him to the small forward, power forward, and I really think he can eat a little bit. So keep an eye on that. He's probably my favorite out of this little area, out of Pope and Connect. Obviously, if LeBron's out, I don't mind looking at Connect at all. Um, like I said, another guy that could come into play if Gabe Vincent plays, but he's just been out for a while too. So, um, but man, if LeBron's out and Vincent's in, Vincent I can see popping off for 25, 30 points. Um, all right, moving on to the small forward. Like I said, if LeBron plays, I really like him. But like I said, Edwards and Thompson are right on his butt. GPPs are like Fred Wagner, as I mentioned. McDaniels, especially if Naz Reid is out. Eason, especially if Sengun's out. Really, really like him. Dylan Brooks, as I mentioned. Um, Alexander Walker, deep GPP only if there's no value out there. Um, but don't really want to take a big shot. But yeah, I mean, if Sam Merrill's out as well, that helps out Niang. I forgot to mention that. That's probably why he got a big bump last time out. Um, Power forward, like I said, Jackson, GPPs. Randall's all right as well now. John Collins and GPPs. Goga and GPPs. McDaniels, cash games. Easing, if Singun's out, he's going to be a cash game option because he's going to be so dang chalky. Niang, as I mentioned, helps a lot more if Sam Merrill is out. And like I said, keep an eye on Lakers. We'll have to see what's going on with their starting lineup. Um, like I said, Vanderbilt starts. Oh, shoot, I don't mind putting him in there, but he's only going to probably still play 20 minutes. But yeah, that's mostly what we got going on. If you guys have any more questions or anything, let me know. If you want to get in on our special today, like I said, $5 just for the day pass for 2 lineups instead of the regular $9 for the day. If you guys want to get in on the free lineup as well, it's right there. Chris Anthony NBA. Message us. We'll get you guys all set up and give us a follow while you guys are over there. Definitely appreciate it. Also, $25 per month for Fanduel and DraftKings. 2 lineups per day. If you want both both sites, $35 per month, 4 lineups per day. So yeah, message us to get in on Twitter. That's all you guys got to do. So once again, I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, leave a thumbs up if you guys like the video. All right, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.